You wrote a book. I believe in you. I know you can do it.
All right. Great day. All right, for me, I don't write speeches. I struggle with nobody when I'm growing up, so I don't write a speech. I just speak. All right, so tonight I want to say, wow. My God has done it for me. It's been a great year. I'm originally from Kenya. My name is Sam Limo. I'm married with 4 kids. My wife Ruth is over there. We've been married 16 years. Gonna be 17 years this year.
2 grandbabies.
So from Kenya, I've been in car business for 18 years. So a year ago, I decided to get into real estate through a friend. And they invited me to sign up through the program for Keller Williams. And I talked to a beautiful lady, her name is Rachel. Rachel, I think finally left the company, but she was very friendly. She welcomed me. I talked with her, and I finally met Julian, who is my coach. Yes, the man with the energy, the man that embraced me the first time I walked into the office, and he's been my leader all through. We don't bother each other, we just work together. And I think you can attest to that. So tonight I thank God because when I started this career, I started with passion. I told my kids that I'm gonna be a realtor, and I made it a family affair. I was scoring those high points. I was telling my kids they can do it. I was studying, I was teaching them how to study, and I did the class, the whole thing within 2.5 months. Rachel told me that it could not be done, but I told her, I'll see you in 2.5 months and I'll have this done. So I got it done, and I thank my wife because she supported me through it. And when I got started in real estate, I started by, I believe this is where my passion is. I love to teach. I believe a friend of mine, when I moved to Texas, told me about buying a home. And it was the education that I got from him that I bought my first home back in 2009. And when I decided to get into real estate, I've always been a community leader. And I used to invite realtors to just encourage the community to be homeowners. But I was not a realtor. So when I got in, they said, Sam Lima is not only going to teach, but he's going to sell. So I got in and I started educating people. And I got my first listing from that group, which I listed it for 1.2 million. And I just wanted to, when I walked into that office to interview with him, I walked into the building and I said, I smell $1 million. And he said, get the job. But that listing got me to write this book. Because in the middle of it, I had an issue with the foundation. And I remember sitting in my office and I said, the best chance of my life is just falling apart. So I said the best thing of my life is falling apart. And I've always been a believer. I helped my dad run his business before I left Kenya. And 1999 was the best year of my life, spiritual-wise. And I went back to that. I went back to thinking about how having faith can get you solutions to real-life issues. And I prayed about that contract that I had. And I've just felt the Spirit saying, no more mental challenges about what God has done in my life. Put it in a book. And I wrote this book. It's called Faith, the Salesman's Creed. How my father's faith has shaped my career in car business and now real estate. And when I started writing that book, 2 days later, I had a solution for my problem. But God's told me to continue. The last page of this book was written the night after that I closed that deal. So this book, the last day I wrote this book within maybe closer to less than 60 days. Because I had amendment after amendment after amendment for that deal. But I got it done. The last page of this book is me closing that deal and because I believe that God said, you get a double blessing for your troubles. My boss at work bought a house from me. So the same day, I closed a $940,000 home and a $985,000 home. The same day. And that's why I can confidently say, my God is faithful. Alright, so I know I can thank a lot of people. Thank you, Julian. Thank you, my wife. Thank you, my kids. And above all, I thank my dad who taught me to have passion, to serve my community. And I'm just getting started. Let's do it.